Have you ever stopped to ask yourself why people continue to catch illnesses, even when they're diligent about washing their hands? The reality is that the most critical error often takes place after you've already completed the washing process. The vast majority of people focus all their energy on applying soap and scrubbing their hands for a minimum of 20 seconds. Now, that step is undeniably vital because soap is specifically formulated to break down the dirt and natural oils resting on your skin, and in doing so, it helps to lift away harmful bacteria, viruses, and a wide variety of other germs so they can be successfully washed away and sent straight down the drain. However, the actions you take in the moments immediately following that thorough scrub are where countless individuals accidentally undo every bit of their hard work and careful effort. Let's walk through a typical scenario. Think carefully about this common sequence. You reach out, using your dirty hands, to turn on the faucet. You proceed to wash your hands with great care, making sure they are perfectly clean. Then, after all that effort, you reach right back to the exact same faucet handle, this time gripping it with your now pristine hands. What have you just done? You have just made direct contact with the very surface that your unwashed hands touched only a short time earlier. Now, consider the implications. If someone in your own household has been fighting off an illness, or if you happen to be using a public restroom where hundreds upon hundreds of different individuals have grasped that same handle over the course of a single day, then yes, you could very easily be transferring germs right back onto your freshly cleaned hands, reintroducing the very contaminants you just worked so hard to remove. Certainly, in the comfort of your own home, the level of risk may be significantly lower, especially when the faucet is cleaned on a regular basis and every member of the household is in good health. But the moment someone comes down with a cold, influenza, COVID-19, pink eye, or is suffering from vomiting, diarrhea, or any other type of contagious illness, those faucet handles, along with a whole host of other frequently touched surfaces, immediately demand a much higher degree of attention and more frequent cleaning. Then, to continue the sequence, you walk over and grab the bathroom door handle. This is yet another high contact surface, one that has been touched by countless people before you, some of whom may not have washed their hands properly or who may have skipped washing altogether. If you are fortunate enough to find paper towels available in a public restroom, it is a wise practice to use one of those towels to turn off the faucet, and then to use another towel to grip the door handle when you open it to leave before you finally dispose of the towel in the trash. This is a very small, simple habit to adopt, yet it is one that can significantly reduce unnecessary exposure to a wide array of germs. But the story does not simply end there, because the journey of germs is far from over. Within just a few seconds of finishing your wash, many people will unconsciously touch their eyes, rub their nose, bite their nails, adjust their contact lenses, or bring their fingers to their mouth, often without giving it a second thought. It is crucial to understand that your eyes, your nose, and your mouth are the primary entry points for pathogens. For a great many of these germs, these mucous membranes are the main pathways through which they manage to infiltrate the body and establish an infection. This biological reality is one of the key reasons why infections such as the common cold, influenza, COVID-19, viral pink eye, and a wide range of stomach viruses can spread so quickly and effortlessly from one person to the next. Now, this does not mean that a single touch will automatically guarantee that you become sick. However, every single unnecessary transfer of germs provides yet another opportunity for those pathogens to reach your face or to be passed along to someone else in your vicinity. And then, of course, there is your cell phone. You go through the trouble of washing your hands with meticulous care, only to immediately pick up one of the most frequently handled objects you own. Your phone travels with you just about everywhere you go, to restaurants, to the grocery store, to the gym, inside your car, to your office, and in many cases, it even accompanies you into the bathroom. If you do not take the time to properly and regularly clean your phone, you may very well be recontaminating your clean hands within a matter of seconds. The exact same principle applies to shopping cart handles, elevator buttons, gas pump handles, self-checkout screens, restaurant menus, condiment bottles, salt and pepper shakers, and a host of other high-touch surfaces that are handled by a great many people throughout the day. This becomes especially critical right before you sit down to eat, because once you pick up a piece of bread, a sandwich, a piece of fruit, or any other type of food with your bare hands, anything that happens to be lingering on your fingers may be transferred directly toward your mouth, bypassing many of your body's natural defenses. And it is absolutely vital to remember that washing quickly is simply not sufficient. Many people focus their scrubbing efforts exclusively on their palms, but they completely neglect the backs of their hands, the spaces between their fingers, the area around their thumbs, their fingertips, their wrists, and the skin underneath their fingernails. Every single one of these areas requires careful attention because dirt and microorganisms can easily remain lodged in those spots, thriving where the soap and friction never managed to reach. To perform a truly effective hand wash, you should begin by wetting your hands with clean, running water. Then, apply a generous amount of soap, lather it over every surface of your hands, and scrub diligently for at least 20 seconds before you rinse everything off thoroughly with more clean water. Following that, you must dry your hands completely using either a clean cloth towel, a disposable paper towel, or a hand dryer, because germs have been shown to transfer much more easily from wet skin than they do from dry skin. In fact, your hand washing routine is not genuinely finished until your hands are completely dry. At home, it's important to replace damp hand towels on a regular basis because a wet towel that is used repeatedly by several different people can easily retain moisture and become a breeding ground for bacteria and other contaminants. When someone in your household is sick, it is wise to consider giving that individual a separate, dedicated towel and to make a point of cleaning faucet handles, toilet handles, doorknobs, light switches, counters, and other high-touch surfaces much more frequently than you normally would. It is important to clarify that this is not about living in a state of fear regarding germs, nor is it about attempting to sterilize every single object and surface in your environment. Your immune system is constantly encountering a vast array of microorganisms every single day, and not every germ or surface is inherently dangerous to your health. The overarching goal here is to reduce avoidable exposure to harmful pathogens, especially during cold and flu season, while you are traveling or spending time in crowded public places, before you prepare or eat food, after you use the restroom, after you cough or sneeze, and when someone around you is visibly ill. Practicing smart hygiene is not solely about the act of washing your hands. It is equally about protecting them and keeping them clean after they have been washed. So remember to wash with soap for at least a full 20 seconds. Make sure you clean all those commonly missed areas we discussed. Dry your hands thoroughly every single time. Clean your phone and other frequently touched personal items on a regular basis. And whenever you find yourself in a public restroom, always think twice before you reach out and touch the faucet or the door handle with your freshly washed hands. Implementing just one small change in your daily routine can have a powerful effect, reducing unnecessary exposure to harmful germs and helping to protect both you and all the people you care about. If you have learned something new or valuable from this video today, please take a moment to share it with your family and friends, because this is truly one of the most important and simple habits that almost everyone can improve upon, and it just might help keep someone you love healthier as well. I wish you nothing but good health and wellness. Please feel free to leave your comments and questions down below, and most importantly, make it a great day. I'm Dr. Alan Mandell,